Well, we are right in the middle of our next big snowstorm this year. We got about 4 inches 2 days ago, and we're looking for about another 6 more today. So that should be fun. It got me thinking, I can't do a whole lot outside right now, right? Because, well, we've got big old snow piles and a whole bunch more snow coming. Definitely not getting in this garden anytime soon. And it's actually too cold to tap any trees or do anything with our syrup. So we're on hold for making maple syrup this year. But I do have a few things to do in the seed starting room. I have a few seeds to get ready. I have a few things to up pot that I planted a week or so ago. So let's go inside, warm up a bit, and get out of the snow and go see what we can get started down in the seed starting room. All right, we're down here in the seed starting room. I'm not getting real crazy with anything. I just have a few seeds I want to get going, and I know we're going to take a little bit longer than everything else. And I also have our lettuce plants that we started I don't know, it was a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago now. They didn't all germinate, and I figured that might be the case because I had old seeds. So I'm still waiting for our seed shipment to come in. I got 3 of them here. So what I'm going to do, I want to get these up potted to a little bit bigger pot, and then a week or so after they get into this bigger pot, maybe a few weeks after they get going in here real nice and strong, I want to upsize them into a really big pot and see if we can't get some lettuce to grow off of these guys. I think they'll be good. They look good. This one here I had to replant, so he's a little bit behind the other couple there, but nonetheless, we've been eating a whole bunch of salad lately, and I wanted to get some of our own Salanova lettuce coming in and eating some of that because we really enjoy it. We eat it all summer long. One other thing here is the seed starting mix. I got some Jiffy seed starting mix here. It was at one of the big box stores. I got this because it was the cheapest they had. Not gonna lie. What I really wanted to do this year was get the Pro Mix seed starting mix, and I cannot find it. I think I can get it shipped from Walmart or something, but it's super expensive. So none of our garden centers are carrying seeds or seed supplies, seed starting mix, anything like that, because up here in Michigan, it's not quite time to be starting that unless you're, a professional greenhouse. So I'm having a little bit of hard time this year getting some of that in. It's okay. Last year I had potting soil left over from the year previous. So I had, I think, 3 bags of that we wanted to get used up, which we did last year, but potting mix and seed starting mix are completely 2 different things. I did not enjoy trying to start all of my seeds with potting mix. So I did get 2 small bags of the Jiffy seed starting mix. We're going to put that into our 72 cell tray. And I have a few seeds here that I need to get going. I did buy, and I think I said this in the last Carolina Reaper video that I did, I was going to buy Pepper Joe seeds, and I did. I think there's 10 seeds in here. They were $10 for 10 seeds. A little bit pricey for seeds, but I know I'm getting good germination. I'm getting the biggest, healthiest plant, and that's what I'm going to grow this year. I'm not doing 20 different plants or 30 plants of Carolina Reapers. I'm doing 10. I had too much last year. People enjoy it. I enjoy it. But that was a lot of Reaper sauce. And I still have a bunch. I don't need that much this year. So we're going to do a few of the Carolina Reapers. And the reason I'm starting those is because they take a long time to get going. And I also have our green peppers. This is seed from our garden from last year. We eat a lot of green peppers. I did not plant enough green peppers last year. So I want to make sure that this year I get them going. When I did plant them last spring, they were short. I didn't get them started early enough. So that's why I'm starting these a little bit earlier this year as well. And then the other thing that I have here is onions. This is Walla Walla onions. And we started our onions by seed last year, and they did fantastic. I want to continue that this year. I have more Patterson onion seed coming in our seed shipment. It's just not here yet, but I figured while I'm down here, I got a tray started. I'm going to get the Walla Wallas going right now as well. Last thing today, I'm just gonna put in some broccoli. We did not plant enough broccoli last year. I'm already out of broccoli from what we planted last year, and I think we had, I'm gonna say, a dozen broccoli plants. We harvested all year, froze them, and we've already eaten them all. So I think I'm gonna go for about 25 broccoli plants this year. We'll see. Candace might have me even start a few more because we eat broccoli almost every meal. It's just constantly we're eating it. Let's get planting these few seeds here. I have a few other things that we need to accomplish today, and we got to watch this snowstorm we got coming because we might be buried. And I might be shoveling all day tomorrow, or plowing the driveway. We'll see. Okay, that looks real nice for seed starts. So we've got our little greenhouse set up here, and we're just gonna put these guys in here. I have this set up on a timer. I've got it set for 14 hours, I believe, right now. I'm gonna look. I might back that off to 12 right now. But we got our lettuce in here. I'm gonna get our other starts in here. I do have a heat. Oh, there's a little water dripping there. I got our heat mat down here. I usually keep my heat mat at the bottom, and it kind of helps heat up the whole greenhouse there if I keep it on the bottom. So I'm gonna get a tray for these guys because I just watered them, and there's a little more water in there than I intended. All right, for our seed starting that we're using for our tray, I'm gonna pre-moisten this a little bit. This is very dry seed starting mix. So I just got a little tray here. I'm gonna put some in here, give it some water, get my hands dirty. Candace and I were going to start and transfer over to seed blocks this year, and we did not. Not as of yet. There's still time for us to get our main seed starting going. We have not done that yet. That's better. I can feel the moisture in that now. If you guys have had any experience with soil blocks as opposed to like a 72 cell tray, let me know what you guys think, because right now I've got everything set up for my 72 cell tray counts, and if I change over to soil block, it's going to be a little bit of an investment. Is it worth it? You know, I'd like to know. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Yep, I'm gonna need some more of that, but that's working out well. One of the reasons we opted to go with a traditional seed starting mix this year as opposed to the potting soil that we were using. The potting soil, when I got it was on sale, it was cheap, and so I got a bunch of it, figuring I could use it for, you know, multiple years if I had to. The problem with that is there's a lot of organic matter in the potting mix. There's twigs, there's some sticks, there's a little bit of everything in there. Not the best growing medium for starting seeds, I would say. So this year, switching back over to a traditional seed starting mix, I believe this is gonna work out much better. All right, we got our tray all filled up here. I'm gonna plant these peppers and the broccoli. I'm gonna put them together. Here's our Pepper Joe Carolina Reaper seeds. Actually, Pepper Joe's was nice enough to give me 2 extra seeds. Oh no, that's not. Yeah, I'm sorry. I got 12 seeds. I got 12 Carolina Reaper seeds there. I'm just gonna tuck them in just like that, gently, and then we'll sprinkle a little over top. I always forget to label my stuff, and then I'm going back and trying to figure out what's what. So I am doing that right now so I do not forget what I planted. Just like that. A few green peppers here. And I'm probably going to start more of these than I really need. But we'll thin them out later. and that'll account for any germination issues that we may have. We eat a lot of green peppers throughout the year as well. Between broccoli and green peppers and tomatoes, we eat a lot of that throughout the entire year. And it's so easy to store. You can dehydrate them, you can freeze them. We do a lot of freezing, and then we can just pull them out, put them in a soup. We can scramble them up, put them with some onions. You got your green pepper and onion. They go good on brats. So there we've got, let's see, 32 that we're gonna start with right now. And we've got plenty of seed. In case we have a germination issue, we'll just replant. Now I think I'm gonna do some broccoli. We'll put that on the outsides. That gets us 24 broccoli started. And these are tiny black seeds that are hard to see. And if you get more than one in the cell, that's okay. So with the onions, I'm gonna do something a little bit different. I'll show you that here in just a second. We're gonna label these guys up, spread a little bit of seed starter on top, and get these guys in the greenhouse. We are going to get these guys on the heat mat. And we are growing. All right, for our onions here, this is what I'm going to try this year. I've got a tall pot, I would say about 6 inches tall. And that's filled about halfway up with some dirt that I had down here from the garden. And then I put, probably about 2 or 3, probably 2 inches of our seed starting mix on top of that that's been moistened. The reason being, I seen a YouTube video, and I apologize, I can't remember where I seen it from, but they had very tall pots here like this, and they would scatter the seeds on top almost like a bulk form to plant that. The idea is that the roots can grow deep and get really established before we go to put them out in the garden. Last year I planted all my onions in cell trays and they worked great, but I had one seed in each cell. I had 300 onions that I planted and it took up a lot of room down here. It was really cumbersome out in the garden to pull each one of those out individually and plant a whole row like that. So this year I'm going to try this method where we're kind of bulk planting these. I think what we can do when we go out in the garden this spring is I can empty this whole pot and grab them out like plugs almost, and then be able to plant them a lot faster that way. And I think they're going to be more healthy because they'll have more of a root system going in than what we had in the shorter cell trays from last year. So I'm going to get these guys planted right here. We're going to sprinkle with a little bit of our seed starting mix on top. I'll wet that down and we're going to get that in our greenhouse and going as well. These are the Walla Walla onions. I'm going to try to split these up the best I can. And I don't think there's as many seeds as I thought here, so we're going to carefully sprinkle these out. I'm going to try to split them up 2 pots. I know I've got 4 here, but I'll just get another pack of seeds and fill up another 2 pots. I do have seeds coming. They're in my seed order and they have not arrived yet. So maybe we can use those seeds that are in my seed order to fill up these other 2 pots. I always like to try different methods. I find if I do the same thing over and over and over again, it gets boring. And I'm always trying to upgrade how I'm doing things here on the farm. Throw a little mix on top. Got my little spritzer here. I love this thing. I use it all the time down here. Moisten that soil up. So we're going to get these guys in the greenhouse under our lights, and hopefully we're going to have onions germinating here real soon. There we go. Alright, I feel so much better now that I got at least a little bit started out here. I really needed to get those Reaper plants started probably a week or so ago. It's okay. We're going to have a later spring this year. Last year was so warm up here that we had the whole garden in by early May, which is, we usually don't even start until late into the middle of May or the third week of May. We don't even start usually. So this year, I think we're going to be on that time frame. We're probably going to be after Mother's Day before we're able to even plant out in the garden this year. So if we're just a little bit late on these starts, I think we're going to be fine.